Alright guys, let's go ahead and do a message for my Virgos out there, or Virgo cross-watcher. I want to talk first about this song that's coming to me before I start what I wrote down for you, because I'm getting a couple of different scenarios for you guys. But the song coming to me is by an artist whom I find extremely deep. I think that's an understatement. He's no longer with us, but his name was Leonard Cohen. Some of you may be familiar with him. He was a Virgo. And one of his songs, I'm not even going to attempt to read the lyrics to you guys because I'm going to feel like I'm going to do it an injustice, truly, because the way that it's almost like when I write poems, I prefer to read my own poem. I don't know if everybody's like that. I mean, I may even write a book one day, but I'd almost rather not write a book because I like to read my own shit. There's certain emphasis on certain words and a certain way and flow that I like my poems to be read. And only I'm going to know how to do it. So I almost feel like when I'm, especially someone who's a poet, you know, when I read work from a poet or I share work from a poet, I just always feel like I'm not gonna do it justice. So I'm just gonna put the song down in the comments, but the song is called What Happens to the Heart, and I do want to talk just a little bit about the meaning of the song, what the song's kind of touching base on. And basically what he's trying to say is it's somebody reflecting on how life treats us, on what happens throughout this life, all the many different things, thinking on all of that, contemplating it, and then like kind of wondering what it's all for, really, is kind of what I'm seeing. Reminiscing about past events that have influences on us and the decisions that we make. Ultimately, the song ends with the narrator reflecting on his life that has failed him and tells the Messiah that it ain't pretty and it ain't subtle what happens to the heart. It's about reflecting on life struggles and encouraging the listener to accept and embrace the changes that life brings, even if it's uncomfortable. Some of you could be in a dark place right now. If it's not you and this isn't resonating, it could be somebody who's connected to you and they're going through a dark place. Or maybe, you know, we're all on different timelines. Somebody could already come through this by the time this video is posted, but I've been there. I can't tell you how many times I've been there. I feel like I'm still in a dark night of the soul in a way. I feel like I've been in a dark night of the soul for 5-6 years now. And every day I reach a little bit closer to the light at the end of the tunnel. But here's the thing here. I feel like some of you, whoever's going to resonate with this, is going to realize that sometimes in certain situations in our life, we are the light at the end of our tunnel. Not always, but a lot of times we end up having to be our own light at the end of our own tunnel. And that's kind of what's happening here. And if you watch the video, because I love to put music videos with the song, if you see the music video put to the song of What Happens to the Heart, there's this young person walking through the woods down a path alone. We may have other people in our life and other experiences, but ultimately the lessons are learned alone. And they're like taking off, like shedding their clothing and walking forward. And then they're met by this almost like receiver, I want to call it, like someone who is there to receive this individual as they are coming into their own, or whatever you want to call it, reaching higher levels, because he does end up in the video putting the individual on the mountaintop, looking out off of a cliff, off of an edge. But anyway, so the clothes are shed and this robe is put over, this cloak is put over this individual, and they walk forward, emotionally walking forward. It's so powerful, but so simple. It says everything. And I'm going to leave that part there. I want you guys to watch it. If you feel drawn to, I think that this part of the message won't make sense if you don't. I think it's beautiful to know. Cohen was a Virgo, and you know, you don't have to be a Virgo watching this, but Virgos do have a way of seeing things that some people don't. You do hold the light, you know, you are the hermit. So yeah, he was Canadian, if I remember correctly. He was Canadian, born September 21st. Right there close to a Libra, wasn't he? And he died November 7th, 2016, so not terribly long ago. I believe it said he had cancer, and they don't know, I don't know, I may have read this wrong, but I don't think they said what he passed from, but that it was sudden. It was kind of sudden. I think he like fell over. Yeah, but anyway, there's so many of his songs that I love. You know what I've noticed too in the past few years? He comes to me around this time of year. I don't know if this time of year is very significant for some of you watching me, if he himself loved the winter time, or maybe it's because he passed in the winter. I mean, I don't know. He always comes to me at this time of year. Like, I start hearing more from him, channeling more of his music and his poems. And yeah, so what happens to the heart? That will be down in the comments. Oh, I'm pulling cords and everything. Cords, like energetic cords. Some of you, something to do with your energetic cord. Yeah, okay. So, different scenarios here. Starting off with this one. Hopefully I can read my handwriting a little bit sloppy. I was getting a lot today and just kind of went for it. Someone may be convinced that the connection with you can still be salvaged, worked on, brought back to how things were, resurrected, but you may be in a place where you're like, no. That's only for some of you. That's for a group of you. Somebody's wanting to resurrect something. They think things can be fine. They think the two of you can work through something in whatever way, and you may be like, absolutely not. Like, I feel like, unless it's reversed or it's not your message, but somebody connected to you, it could be theirs. That's what I'm getting for that one. For those of you who are going to resonate with that part where I'm picking up on something that's ending or already ended with someone, I don't see you wanting to do anything but get out and stay out. Or perhaps you make this person get out and stay out. Like, I don't, if you resonate with this first part, I don't think that you want anything to do with a particular individual anymore. You're going to get to a place where you're like that. It could be a literal living situation, but it may be a relationship situation as well if you're watching me and you're in one. Some of you, this already happened in the past. You already went through this. Some of you, it could be coming. But yeah, I sense that. I don't think that you're happy about this, and I think that, you know, or you weren't initially. I think you eventually get to a place where you're like, it's fine. They aren't going to be happy about it. I feel like they're not happy about it. If it's already happened, somebody's not happy about it. They almost feel as if they got the short end of the stick or the raw end of the deal. I'm hearing raw. Yeah, they feel like they're getting the raw end of the deal. I don't know why I just shrugged my shoulders. I mean, it's almost like I can't help what they feel. Like, you can't help what others think or feel. They're gonna, I mean, this is something that I feel like you had to do for you, Virgo or Cross Watcher. You had to do this for you to take your life back or something like that. You're on a very specific journey. You may even go alone, like in the video. The individual is walking alone the whole time until they're met by that receiver. I will call that person the receiver because they receive the individual and then cover them again. But yeah, so for any of you that resonate with this part, again, if somebody feels like you kind of did them dirty, or you're doing them dirty, or you know, they're afraid that you will if this hasn't happened yet, and they're going to feel, if they don't already or did in the past, that they got the shitty end of the stick or something. Well, it could just be the way they're feeling. Little do they know also what you've had to sacrifice and to go through yourself. So there you go. For others of you, count yourself lucky, as you have avoided a relationship with someone who could have ended up being very violent or destructive with you. So if you feel like you kind of dodged a bullet, you might have. Some of you might have recently done so, or if you're feeling it right now, like, I don't really know. Now, this isn't us being like cynical and just negative about something because we're still dealing with our own. No, this is like where you kind of feel it. You're like, some of you, you dodged something here. And how you might know is if you end up seeing the person get violent or become an adversary or be very vindictive towards you afterwards. After what? Well, after they see that they're not going to get from you what they thought they were going to get out of you or something. You may see somebody be what they were always, but it was just like in there and they never really let it out, or they didn't show you. That's not for everybody, but I'll just say this. Some of you, in this scenario, you made the right decision in moving, like passing up on someone. Just know that. In all scenarios, whoever you have stayed away from, whoever you are currently staying away from, in all scenarios, even the first one, that person still watches you, okay? And as they watch you, they grit their teeth. I literally, when I was writing this, my jaw hurt. I felt like I had lockjaw, or like TMJ, because I was like gritting the shit out of my teeth. But the universe watches them. So as this person's watching you so closely, the universe or whoever they believe in is watching them, and obviously can pick up on what this person's feeling and thinking and things like that. It's maybe their ancestors, maybe your ancestors. It's almost like the energy is so intense coming from this person, whether it's somebody you're walking away from and they think that it's going to work out, or somebody who wanted something to come together with you but you had to move forward from, where it's kind of like maybe the person can tend to be a little violent or very destructive. And that can be in any way. Doesn't mean physical. It could be in any way. Either way, they keep a close eye on you. Whoever this is that you move forward from. Trust me, I know we're getting into some pretty heavy things right here. This is a heavy message just starting off. This is a heavy life, isn't it? It's a heavy fucking life. I've never not known this life to be heavy. But we are the lights at the end of our own tunnels a lot of the times. So, on a lighter note, some of you are having a new beginning. There you go. I told you, like, you know, it may not be, you went through some darkness for a while, okay? But there's a reason you carry a lantern with you. Okay, you don't have to be a Virgo watching this, but there's a reason that you have this light within you. And it's going to attract everything. I'm sure you already know that at this point. But you know, some of you are already on your new beginning. You're already on it. You did it. You took the leap. You went for it, you know? And every day, there's still more. You're not at the end of it. There's still more leaps of faith you will be making. But, yeah, you do have a new beginning, if you will, with somebody, if you want it. If you got the space open in your heart and you want that, because not all of us want that shit, but some people do. So if you do, I feel like it's here for you, okay? And you could meet somebody through school, college, going back to college, online school, classes even, through sales. I literally saw somebody selling and buying, through work, through another party, and the other party could be the internet. All right, because I did put that, travel or the internet. Maybe you're traveling, you meet this person, or maybe it has to do with the internet or something like that. Or it could be through literally another party, like a person introduces the two of you. Some of you, this could have already happened. Some of you, this is happening now, just happened. Some of you, this is going to happen. Either way, there's a much happier time ahead for you and a much clearer time ahead. Doesn't mean there isn't going to be darkness. Darkness and light, they go hand in hand. They're everywhere. We've been talking about that a lot. You know, I was talking about us being refrigerators. I can't get off that because it just like puts it in perspective for me. But I keep thinking about the video, what happens to the heart when at the very end they end up on the cliff, like on the edge of the mountain, just kind of looking out at everything. Some of you are really doing a lot of reminiscing, or just looking back through your life, looking back on things, thinking back on times, situations, maybe a relationship or or more than one relationship, friendships, looking back on everything, really, taking it all in. You're seeing from a higher perspective now. Some of you, all this could be saying is to make sure you completely deal with any trauma or lingering pain from former love connections so that you can be fully open to new. So if this is, the other parts didn't resonate with you guys, this could just be saying that you guys, it's just about saying like, we're still working on us before we, you know, try to do the whole whatever thing again. I can't say that you're not. Really, I feel that more than anything here, to be real. I feel a Virgo or cross watcher that's on a very deep journey, a self journey. Like, I get you. I get you. I don't have to understand every little thing. I just get you. I get your process. I get this. Whoever's drawn to click on this, I get you. I understand. As much as I can, I understand you having to go your own way and do your own things, and this is you this is you on your path, even if it's lonely at times. Or maybe this is somebody connected with you. They're on a path that can be very narrow and lonely at times, or unpredictable at times, and strips them, like the video, like strips them completely, strips you, if this is you, strips you completely of things, and can be isolating. But ultimately, we reach a point, like the cliff, where we're able to look out and look back on things that we experienced. This could be saying that whoever you meet next or get together with next could be in the process of releasing trauma themselves. So if it's not you and you've already been kind of on that journey, or you're still doing that, this could be someone who's also doing that as well. Like the next person you meet, some of you have already met them, but it hasn't, you may have already known him for a while, but it's been just like a long ongoing thing. Some of you, you haven't met this person yet, or you guys haven't gotten to this level, or some of you have met, but you haven't gotten to the level. It's just like, you're both on a very deep journey. I don't know what else to say. It's like, something to do with when the time is right. I don't know. Yeah, but you are really here, indeed, the light at the end of your own tunnel on this one. And you are receiving help along the way, and blessings, and bullet dodging, and you should count yourself, well, you probably do if you're on the other end of this, but you probably count yourself lucky that something's ending and you finally got to a place where you're like, I can't be here anymore. Some of you, it's a situation with your family, or a place you've lived, or maybe a person you've been with a really long time, or something like that. It's like, or whatever, whether long or not, it's just kind of like, I can't. Man, I feel like if I would have met Leonard in real life, I could have sat there and just listened to him talk all day, you know? Not only is his voice deep and calming. It's very calming to me. He has a lot to say. He knows some things. What he says shows his experience and his wisdom. Deep. It's deep. I'm telling you, if you're ever in a dark place, you want somebody that really understands you, you should listen to Leonard Cohen, if I pronounce that right. Really, I feel like he can be also a good light for you. He helps kind of pull you through it. I think you're being set free. I think you yourself are setting yourself free. I think I also just spit. You're being set free, Virgo, or crosswatcher. Some of you are being set free. You just were set free, or you are being set free, or you're going to set yourself free. I think if you've already been free, I think that you've kept yourself that way. You've kept yourself free of what? I don't know. I don't want to even specify that because I feel like it could be anything. You've kept yourself free of something, and maybe several somethings, and you almost fell into it again. You almost did, but it was just like just in the nick of time. You were saved from it or something, whatever that is. I don't know. Maybe you guys are gonna know what that means. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.